What is it about the food that's actually making the body change, the brain?
It's probably partly microbiome. As you mentioned, microbiome has such important effects for just gut health, but also brain health. So a lot of microbiome, a healthy diet promotes a quote unquote healthy microbiome of good bacteria, and specifically those bacteria that make what we call short chain fatty acids. So those maintain our gut lining and limit any kind of quote unquote leaky gut or inflammation. So that's probably one big one. But there are also many other potential mechanisms. Antioxidant and anti-inflammatory are the big ones. Oxidative stress plays a role in Parkinson's. Neuroinflammation is there. So as much as we can dampen that down, we're only bringing benefit. There's also potentially overlap with metabolic pathways like type 2 diabetes or cardiovascular disease. We see a lot of overlap between diabetes or insulin resistance and Parkinson's. About 80% of people with Parkinson's have an abnormal glucose tolerance. Many have insulin resistance. Parkinson's is actually more common among people who have type 2 diabetes. So there's definitely overlap in these pathways, and modifying them through diet could potentially have benefit. And then last is lipid modulation, again, associated with cardiovascular disease and diabetes. The story is a little bit more complicated here, where we've seen some conflicting results in the research, whether and how cholesterol or statins impact Parkinson's. But it's likely that beneficial changes in lipids could impact the brain and Parkinson's. So the bottom line here is there are many potential mechanisms, and that's too why we have to be thinking about our diet as a whole, not one food group, not one mechanism, but they're really all working in concert to bring about many of these potentially beneficial mechanisms.